Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Hospitality Talks. I'm Katy Moses, founder and MD of KAM Media, and I'd like to welcome my guest, Dawn Redman from Hospitality Jobs UK, founder of, in fact. So Dawn, for anybody out there, would you like to just explain who you and who Hospitality Jobs UK are?
So I'm Dawn Redman. I've worked in recruitment now for 33 years, so I'm a pure recruiter. Hospitality Jobs UK is a vertical job board, which means that we only focus on hospitality jobs and we only promote hospitality jobs. So anybody that wants to advertise in hospitality, that's what we do. And which the knock-on effect of that is that people only get hospitality candidates. And we launched last year at the House of Commons, March 21st, which was a fantastic event. And it's a challenging time, but really interesting time for us at the moment. Also on the side, I have a recruitment agency, which is H&R Recruitment, and I've worked again with that agency for 13 years. So yeah, sort of know recruitment quite a bit really, Katy.
Pretty entrenched in hospitality and recruitment, and of course I'm an ex-recruitment consultant myself. Before I started up this, well, before my previous agency, I ran a recruitment agency, so I feel your pain.
Thank you.
Speaking of pain, I mean, what did you do when lockdown happened? I mean, if ever there was a part of the hospitality industry that I went like this about when it first happened, it was recruitment. So tell me what happens initially to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm really honest, and I always am, it just fell out, just dropped out the floor. There was, all of a sudden, we were really, really incredibly busy. And I will talk about Hospitality Jobs UK. We were incredibly busy. We were having a great momentum. People were advertising with us. And the first thing that goes in recruitment, first thing that goes in any business is normally two elements. It's the recruitment or anybody they outsource. So it just went dead. And however, we didn't go dead because that's, you know me, Katy, I'm not that type of person. So it's how can I keep myself busy? What can I do? Actually, there was a lot of things happening in the industry where people were being made redundant, etc. So I partnered with quite a few companies and did the best we all could by working on Hospo Live, by giving information about CV advice and how we could help them and what tips to do, how to, to do some work around, their CVs. And then I joined Altogether, which is a pro bono sort of, which launched during the lockdown, which helped people a little bit further. So it helped with their LinkedIn profile and making sure they got the keywords. And that was really interesting because LinkedIn now has become a really good network, a huge networking element. Do you want to know what else we did? Because we did quite a bit. Yeah, so I worked with Only a Pavement Away, so I project managed and launched and supported Greg with the new job board they've got and also the candidate profile page. Just really, it's the only charity I know that's got its own bespoke job board. And with Greg, he's sticking true to hospitality, which I love. And then we worked with HIT Training. We did some work with them, just CV advice again, but more on a sort of entry level because we take for granted that everybody knows how to write a CV. So I did everything from what does curriculum vitae mean, everything from key achievements, and that went out to 120,000 students because we're encouraging people to come into the industry. Did some work with the BII. I wrote an article in their summer magazine actually called Generation Zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom. And then also we partnered with Job Centre Plus and sort of promoting what they're doing, especially they've got this new kickstart that they're promoting at the moment. So we did some work with them and advising them as recruiters. So we've kept ourselves really busy, but ensuring that we stay true to ourselves, that we are recruiters. Yeah. People can ask other things and I point them in the right direction, but I just try to keep positive, motivated, and see there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to go down fight unless I'm fighting. And I'm not going to make sure that I'm going to keep as many balls in the air and help as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Also make sure I keep my mental health okay and make sure that I stay well.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. Oh, and we're just launching something actually. We are launching to anybody that's got an apprenticeship role. Yeah. Advertise for free on Hospitality Jobs UK. So anybody that wants to advertise any form of apprentice, as long as it's hospitality, they can contact me or my team and we'll advertise that for free.
Good. Well, that's fantastic. Anyone out there that wants to do that, do get in touch with Dawn. I think it's really interesting what you were saying about keeping yourself busy and keeping engaged and involved. And at KAM, we certainly did the same thing. And you know, you're recruiters, we're researchers. And one of the things I said to somebody at one point is, I said, I'm running the biggest research charity in the world. You know, it was very much about getting stuff out there, staying front of mind, but really just helping, you know, wanting our clients to survive, wanting them to come through it. And luckily a lot have. I mean, we know the horror stories of 21% of hospitality businesses not reopening, but we got to look at that means 79% have. And
exactly.
Where, when you look at the job market now, I'm curious to know, has it moved on from lockdown, or are we still in that no man's land? I mean, what are you seeing out there?
So first of all, people stopped recruiting instantly, which is completely understandable because they didn't know what was happening. Then in July, there was some movement because obviously everybody opened the 4th of July. And there was some of the companies lost their candidates because either maybe they were European, they went back home, or they decided that actually I want a different work-life balance and decided to either reduce their hours or do something different. So it is slowly creeping up there. But we've all got to be understandable that everybody's in the same situation here, and there's a lot of candidates out there. But what I will say, and I will probably get shot down for this, is there's a lot of candidates out there, but it's been an opportunity that I've seen that some people have used as an opportunity to let some people go that maybe have been in the company a longer time, or maybe they needed some different energy in there. So although there's lots of candidates going for the jobs, they're not necessarily the most skilled or the most appropriate. What we're finding is that a lot of people applying for jobs, this is from an recruitment agency perspective, that aren't suitable for the jobs.
Right.
From a job board's perspective, the great thing about it is that our clients aren't getting a huge amount of candidates, but they're all getting hospitality candidates, which means that when they do look, they're not spending time and time again. So it's picking up. Will it pick up more? I think it will do. I think everybody's is pulling together. The struggle, I think, one of the struggles I think the industry's got is this tier 2, tier 3, the 10 o'clock curfew. Just don't get it. I just don't get it. Everybody's going out earlier. I met some friends on Saturday. I'd normally meet them at 7, go for a drink, and then go out for dinner. I met them at 5. I don't know, that says a lot about me. I met them at 5, had cocktails, and then I went out for dinner at 10 o'clock. And so, but when I came out the restaurant, the streets, and this is in Berkhamsted in Hertfordshire, which is a little village town, and there was loads of people around. So I don't understand the logic and the science around that.
I'm not sure there is either of those two things around it, from what I can see.
You're right, there isn't, I don't think, but yeah.
So what do you think is next for the job market and for recruitment in general? I mean, you know, do you think we'll get back to the point where the specialism of recruitment is, you know, and headhunting is so valuable to the industry? You know, before lockdown happened and before the pandemic hit, we were all talking about there being a massive lack of chefs, for example. So are we still seeing those trends carry through, or have they been decimated by other things?
The trends will carry through, and there will be a loss of people in the industry because lots of people have left the industry, and we're hoping they will come back. But also the industry, you know, you work in hospitality, you have to love hospitality because you're not doing you're working constantly. And I take that hat off from everybody that works in hospitality, whether they're a kitchen porter, waiter, waitress, ops manager, ops director, or CEO. Their enthusiasm is overwhelming. Do I think it'll pick up? Before lockdown, in my agency, I had 120 vacancies. Currently, I have 7. So that's the diversity where we are now. And we are known as a hospitality and retail recruitment agency. So will it pick up? Yes, it will. But I think people are nervous, and I understand that. And I really feel for the hospitality sector. I also really feel for the suppliers in the hospitality sector, because I am a supplier, you are a supplier, you've got drink suppliers, IT suppliers, digital marketing suppliers. The first thing that any company would naturally do, is take a step back and cut back on the outsource that they outsource, whether it be, you know, their photocopy machine, whatever it may be, what they've outsourced, they're bringing in-house. So I think what it has done for the suppliers, I think, we are a little bit forgotten, but I'm sure me and you aren't, Katie. But because we're always out there. But I also think what this whole pandemic has done, it's made people think smarter. Because a lot of things you just do naturally, you carry on doing, you're going, yeah, we've always done it like that. It's made people think differently. And I'm a strong believer, and I would stand up and say this in front of anybody. I think one of the safest environments to be in at the moment is hospitality, is in a pub and a restaurant. They were incredibly clean before, but now they're uber clean. Yeah, going to Tesco's or Marks and Spencer's or Waitrose, wherever you wish to go, and yes, you've got a mask on, but you're walking past people. There's no control like there used to be, and any shop or stores. So I feel that we are getting a little bit picked on.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I just want to go back to finish on what you were talking about just now, about people sort of taking a step back, having a look at their businesses, having a look at where they're spending their time and their resource. And I think that's incredibly important to note, is that there are some opportunities within all this. What opportunities do you think to finish on a positive note, because we are positive people and we like to finish with positivity? What opportunities do you think there are when it comes to recruitment and staffing and employment going forward into 2021?
Okay, there's a couple of key things. The first thing is there's a lot of great people out there, and it's a really good opportunity to grow your talent bank. And if you've got resource and you can invest in people, then obviously recruit the right people. Also, have a look at your structure in your business. You can develop and develop people within your business, but also get yourself ready for when you are advertising. So look at your presence, look at your culture, look at your job descriptions. So when you do need somebody, you have to stand out from somebody else. So whether you advertise on a job board or whether you advertise on LinkedIn, why would they want to work for you? If I can give anybody tips, if you're going to advertise, you put your benefits first, put your all about your culture first, because people want to know that you look after them, and they want to know that the culture of the business is really good. And everybody knows it's exposed a few companies as, I really don't want to work there. But actually, there's a lot of companies that are doing amazing things. And I love the positivity of it. And I think if we can all keep positive, for me, I would be, if I had worked in the corporate world again, I used to head up recruitment for Dixon's and Cora's. So I worked in I would be getting my ducks in a row ready for when we do start getting busier, because it will get busier. And if you don't start planning, when it does get busier, you're going to be in real trouble, because people will come. And when they will come, if you haven't got the recruitment or the team in place, it's going to be disastrous. And there is less people as well. Although we've got a lot of people coming to the website and registering, there is less than before, because lots of people have gone home, lots of people have gone out of the sector. So I think just plan and put recruitment in your forecast plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Dawn, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure as always, and it was lovely to dip my hand back into recruitment for 10 minutes. So
really?
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Why you got out of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to catching up with you for a gin and tonic in the real world.